Oh, hey guys and girls. Yeah, the radio does make a weird noise. Oh, okay then. Oh, it's actually made it stop. Huh. Okay. Yeah, the radio does make a strange noise when you turn the volume down. But then again, I did get it for scrap. Came in for the scrap yard, and I had to build one good and out of the two. Cool stuff. Anyway, unions are done. That one and the one down there. Not my best flares in the world, but hey, they're good enough. I did do the usual trick of forgetting to, doing a lovely, beautiful flare and then forgetting to put the union on, as I said I would in the last video. I think I'd learned by now, but nope, that's alright. Thankfully, I put a lot of excess copper on there, so yeah, excess pipe. Out of the whole 25 feet of pipe, I only have that much left. How much? Oh well, if the front needs doing a little bit, I think I've got a bit more in the garage. I don't know. New brake flexes are coming with the shocks, which is nice. Torch on the matter, shall we? That one I had to cut off. Yeah, got the all-important ABS sensor. That side, which wasn't cut off, but it still needs replacing. For what they cost, they're £7 each pretty much, guys. I tell you what, I'd replace them. I've done a lot of work underneath the van actually today. I've been on the trolley, getting my hair wrapped around the damn wheels again. Again, I should have learned by that. And I've just been underneath scraping off all of the under seal where it's got rust patches. Hopefully that'll sort that out. I've been doing some work on the edges here as well. Underneath this one particular, I've took all the rough off. It still could do with a wire brushing under there, but it'll be right. I've thinning the edge out a bit and tried to get as much rust out of there as possible without disturbing the spot welds. I really don't want to have to pull this arch off this, I don't want to have to pull the arch off. Too much hassle that. It's doable, I know, but to do it's a big job. Not a big job, I suppose, but for starters, I can't get in there with the drill to drill the spot welds out. I suppose what I could do is get a nice thin chisel and chisel the spot welds off this way, but it's a big mess about, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that a little bit of rust there can be stopped dead in the tracks, especially now I've got into the gap. Put that full of paint first, rust converter maybe, paint first. Put a bit on there as you can see. Fill it full of under seal, Waxall under seal. Some of it will stay tacky. And pinch it all back together again. Let that stuff squidge out, wipe off the excess. Then under seal this whole thing. Actually got the van booked in at some point. This van, yeah, I know. I've got it booked in for a steam cleaning underside. Now I've never had a vehicle steam cleaned before, even though I've had a steam cleaner myself, but I don't think it ever got hot enough. I'm kind of hoping that this steam cleaner will be able to knock off sections of rust, under seal. I'm taking it as it is, as you can see. Obviously with the brakes working, that's the main priority. I'm not even bothered about the dampeners that much because I'll only be driving it slowly. I can just stick either the one good one back on again, or with it being unladen, it shouldn't be so bad. Probably a bit bouncy, but at the end of the day, it's better than nothing. Main important thing is getting the brakes sorted out, because obviously you can't take it on the road without the brakes. I suppose if you was in one of these countries where it didn't matter, you could just cap the, put one of them caps over the ends of the unions and bleed them up, and take it in, but that's just bad. I would never do that. Brakes are something you definitely do not mess around with. As I said before in my other video, lost my dad to bad brakes, and by the gods, I'm not having that happen again. You know, to any other family members or myself or anybody. If ever I work on a vehicle, the brakes are always the top priority. They always get absolute workmanship done to them. You never ever skimp out on brakes. I've noticed that we've got a bloody oil leak on this axle. Look here, look. You see the zoom in on that. Got oil there, look. Axle seal looks like it's on its way out. That's something I'll have to look into at some point. We don't want that going into the brake disc, messing up the pads. I mean, these brakes look like they've been seized up for ages. I don't know if they actually work or not. They look pretty dire. Piston, I don't know that. Obviously, it must work to some extent because the handbrake works. Although one side does. You notice the difference on that one there. How much excess there is on the handbrake cable. And on this side, there isn't any excess. So something's the foot there. The game's afoot, as Sherlock said to Watson. Also, I've just noticed something else as well. Are we missing a rubber boot? No, the rubber boot on the piston is there actually. So it's just that one is a bit more out. I wonder if that one's been a brake that binded. Oh well, we're going to rebuild the brakes on this thing. Like I say, we're not going to skimp out on the brakes. They're going to get rebuilt. Oh, screwdriver's down there. Excellent. Right, I think that's about it. It's what time is it? The radio's fell down so I can't see. Good thing about DAB, isn't it? Just see what time it is by looking on the radio. I'm pretty sure the last thing he announced was 6 o'clock-ish time, so it's probably 6:30 by now. I might just go along and get some sandpaper or whatnot whenever I've got here. I wonder if it's disappeared too. Oh, this stuff, what is it? Who knows? Whatever grit that is. Does it say on the back of it? 00. So it's something. Probably 100 maybe, I don't know. 200. If that exists. Ugh, I don't know. Just use it. I've got a wire brush, but it's a bit late now. Don't really want to cause any noise. Tomorrow is a Friday, so yeah. I'm impressed with the painting in this thing. It's gone on pretty good. It could do with another coat, but Christ, it's going to be covered in wax on anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Besides, it had all them layers of stone chip paint put on there. It's looking pretty good. Anti-roll needs to be took off and wire brushed up. It's got some paint flaking off that. All of the things on the chassis could do with them bolting and repainting again. They all look a bit rough. I may paint them up on the wire brush them off just on the chassis and paint them, but it's not advisable. I like to do a proper job. Honestly, if this van was mine, I would have probably even took the cab off, the whole of the top of the cab, because I just do jobs that much. Biggest problem in this particular thing is the wiring harness in your brakes. I'm doing all your pipes. Pain in the ass. Anyway, that's about it. I'll catch you all on the next video. And you all take care of yourselves. Peace out. Thanks for watching.